Some of the most profitable businesses in 2026 don't look like business at all. And I said this because they are unsaturated, highly ignored, and already making people rich. And here is how I came to this conclusion. A friend of mine was going through one of the hardest moments of her life, not because of work, but because her dog was dying. Now, every day she came into the office distracted, anxious, and emotional. She kept checking the time, rushing home during breaks, just being afraid that she wouldn't be there when it eventually happened. And when her dog condition worsened, she realized she couldn't manage it alone. The emotional weight, the medical decision, the fear of doing the wrong thing, it was really overwhelming for her. And that is where Pet Hospice comes in. Pet Hospice focuses on the end of life care, and I'm talking about pain management, comfort, emotional support, and guidance for owners during a very sensitive time. Now, this business makes money through home visits, care plans, consultations, one-on-one call, support services, and they charge per visit. They also operate on short-term care packages. And the reason why this scales quietly is the demand. It is steady, the clients are deeply invested, and the referral happens naturally because people talk about who helped them through loss. And this isn't a flashy business, it is very emotional, but it exists because people will always pay for compassion when it matters the most. Once a pet reaches a certain life or stage in life, something becomes very clear. I'm talking about medication becomes part of the routine. And long before hospice, many pets are already on prescriptions like pain medication, arthritis medication, special diets, even supplements. And the truth is that pet owners don't just buy things once, they always reorder them every single month. And that is where pet pharmacy services come in. Instead of relying only on vet clinics, many pet moms and dads are looking for more convenient, reliable ways to get their pet medication delivered on time and consistently without stress. When it comes to pet pharmacy services, they focus on fulfillment, they also focus on education and continuity. Some operate online pharmacies that basically partners with licensed veterinarians, and others specialize in hard to find medication, compounded prescription, or long-term care supplies for senior pets. Now, this business model is straightforward. You are just basically handling recurring prescription, handling subscriptions, refills, and premium delivery services. And the reason this business scales so well is the predictability, because once a pet is prescribed medication, the demand doesn't just disappear, it actually repeats itself. And this isn't emotional like hospice, but it is adjacent to it, and it's practical, it's routine, and it's quietly becoming part of a household monthly expense. Now let's talk about a service that most people don't even realize is missing. I'm talking about ambulance services for pets. Now, when a pet is in distress, time matters, but in many cities, owners are forced to waiting for appointments, waiting for transportation, or just trying to figure out how to safely move an injured or a sick animal themselves, which can be traumatizing. And that is where the gap is. Pet ambulance services exist to solve exactly that problem. They provide fast, safe transportation for pets during emergencies, during post-surgery care, or situations where owners simply can't move their pets or their animals properly. This service cuts down the waiting time, it reduces stress for both the pet and the owner, and it supports veterinary clinics by handling logistics that don't always have the capacity for. Now, the business model is pretty straightforward. You will be handling emergency call-outs, scheduled transports, partnership with other veterinary clinics, shelters, and also pet care facilities. And while this service isn't popular yet, I agree that this kind of service aren't glamorous, but who cares? They are operational, they require coordination, and care, but they sit in the middle point of urgency, emotion, and responsibility. And businesses built there, they tend to last for a very, very long time. Now, this next one is uncomfortable for some people to talk about because it's very real, and once you get it right, you will always and always smile to the bank. I'm talking about pet funeral services. I remember a friend of mine went through this recently. She lost her dog after years of companionship, and she didn't just want it handled quickly. She wanted a proper goodbye and something that felt really meaningful and memorable. In the end, she paid between 700 to 800 for a pet funeral service, and this entailed a private cremation, a memorial urn, and a small farewell ceremony. What stood out for me was that she didn't hesitate, because when grief is involved, people don't have time to price shop the way they do every other day. They choose care, respect, and peace of mind. Pet funeral services make money through cremation packages, memorial services, transportation, and keepsakes. Some even offer private ceremonies, while others they work with vets and pet hospice providers for referral. Now, this business isn't loud. It's not heavily or aggressively advertised, but it is consistent. And in many places, demand is growing as pets continues to be treated like family members and not owning a property. And that is why in 2026, businesses that help people process loss gently and professionally are quietly becoming essential services. And the reason why I spent so much time talking about pets in this video is simple. More people are owning pets. More people are treating pets like family, which they are, and more people are willing to pay for care, comfort, and support, especially when it matters. Now, this isn't something people talk about often in business conversations, but when you are thinking about starting a business, you basically need to look beyond what's popular, what's trending. You have to ask better questions like, what are people emotionally invested in? What are the problems that don't disappear, especially during recession? And where do people spend money without thinking twice? So whether it's health, emergencies, medication, or end-of-life care, these aren't trends, they are responsibilities. And that is the bigger lesson in this video. The strongest businesses aren't always the loudest one anyways. They are the ones that are built around needs in specific areas for specific people. So I want to ask you a question real quick. What problem do you see around you that people are quietly paying to solve? Is it something in pet care, infrastructure, health, food, or maybe convenience? I want you to drop the comment below and tell me which one stood out to you the most in this video, and if you are willing to try them out. I read your comments, just go ahead and put it in there. And if you want more ideas like this, real businesses that has a huge demand and honest conversations about where money actually moves, then make sure to subscribe and follow for more videos. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care and bye for now.